Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you joined us once again at Tamla and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday podcast, which we feature every week on Tuesday, a new podcast that talks about treats, business, and life. Hi, I am Tamala. I am owner of Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. Torlitas is a dessert company located right here in the state of Ohio, where we specialize in salty, sweet treats. I would love to hear feedback from you. Please comment, share, and all that other great things at Tamala and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday. No, wait. Tamala and Taylor
Pamela
at,
Taylor Treat
at,
Talk at
at
gmail.com
gmail.com. We're going
every
to have to
time.
put every time. We're going to
Every
have to
time.
caption it. So we talk about business, treats, business, and life for sure. And we are both treat makers from different states. I have to say that state up north because I'm from Ohio. Anybody knows about Ohio and Michigan? It's a, but you know what? We are friendly. We came together through a program that we both belong to, a business, a platform, and I'm so glad that we made our acquaintance almost December of last year, 2020, during the pandemic. So great things can come out of a pandemic, and we are examples of that. And my lovely co-host Taylor is going to introduce herself, and she is going to be doing a demo for us today. And I can't wait to share for her to share with you some of her wonderful treats. I mean, she has a story and her treats are delicious, but she has so much more to share with you in the coming weeks. So be sure to check us out on our podcast, out on Spotify, Google Podcast, or any place that you listen to your podcast. We're there at Treat Talk to Tamla and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday podcast. And also be sure to check us out on Instagram as well as I think that's where we are. But yes, so I am Tamala. I am Tamala once again, and I'm owner of Torlitas, and you can find me at Torlitas. That's T as in Tuesday, ORLITAS on any social media platform. I'm going to turn it over now to my co-host, who is Taylor, and she will introduce herself, and she'll take it away for the rest of the session here.
Hello, guys. I'm Taylor with Sweet.Spirit.Treats, located right here in Michigan, up a little bit north from Tamala, as she stated earlier. And I do custom treats for your special occasions. This week, I am doing a demo. So this demo was actually a customer's request. So I figured, why not, try it out. And it turned out very well. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And so it is Biscoff blondies. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of blondies, but one blondie that I normally do is a sea salt and caramel blondie with pretzels. And so what a blondie is, it's like a brownie, but without the milk chocolate like melted into it. Normally, when you have a brownie, it's all milk chocolate or dark chocolate, but with a blondie, it's no chocolate actually, or dark chocolate actually mixed into it. So for my recipe today, I did use chocolate inside it, but I did white chocolate chips. And then when I do my other one, I normally put chocolate into it, but it's just chocolate chips. And then they come out brown instead of, like dark brown, like the regular brownies. So that is what we have for today. So right now I'm going to share share the screen with you guys so that you can see what these blondies look like. Tamara, can you turn on hosting for me?
Sure. Give me just a moment.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got it.
All right. So guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Biscoff or like cookie butter spread. Have you ever had biscoff, Tamala?
I've seen the name. It's kind of like a script. Is it kind of like a script
Yeah.
text? But
hmm
I can't guarantee this to know that if I've had something of them. But I remember, I know the logo. Look.
Man, let me tell you about this. I love biscoff. It tastes
Okay.
it tastes really good. Like first I just had the cookies before, but I never had the actual like they call it like a cookie butter. And it's kind of like if you was to get like peanut butter in the jar, but it's made like spreadable. So what ended up happening was, like I said, it was like a customer request, and she's like very cool. She's always trying to get me to like try out new recipes and things like that. And so I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And so I'm from a small town, and we have like one grocery store in our in our little town. So I was like looking for like the cookie spread, right? And I was like, man, I think I can, go to the store. And so I was like, let me just call before I waste my time, like taking everybody out and going to the store. So I called and they were like, no, we don't sell it. And I was like, all right, well, I know where I can get the cookies, right? So I went to the store and I bought some of the cookies. And I was like, all right, this will be cool. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to like incorporate everything and make it my own. And so I'm like looking for the butter spread and I can't find it like anywhere. And so like in my mind, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Like tomorrow is like my day to have my demo done. And you're like, this is what I planned on, And so I was like, I wonder if I could just make it myself. Every time I'm like, I can do that. I can just
Yeah,
make it
and
myself.
kind of stretch yourself and say, okay, let me see if I can do it myself. And that is the best when you don't have something or you ran out of something and it's midnight and there's no
Yeah,
way to get something. You're like, okay, what am I going to do?
right. Like you got to make it happen, right? So I didn't want to go out of town. So I looked up some different recipes and things like that. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do it that way every time. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, but I'm like, I want to do this part, of it, but I don't want to really do all of it. So of course I like changed up things. Biscoff blondies are dairy free. I use the vegan butter in them. And I end up making my own cookie spread. And so that's a plus that I found another recipe that my little niece can have because she looks so sad when I tell her she can't have something. If you guys see the look on her face, you be like, you just need to make a whole cookbook just for her because she's like, oh, I can't have anything else.
Oh,
So, so
so
she can have these.
sad.
So that I know, right? Everything has like milk and butter and dairy and stuff. I normally don't use I don't buy regular milk. I use almond milk, even for my cakes and stuff. And I just let my clients know that I use almond milk because I'm not gonna use regular milk. But I do use butter. But if they ask for dairy free, then I'll buy the specific butter for that. But yeah, I don't do cow's milk aside from that.
Yeah. So the blondie, tell me what it is again. What is the blondie? It's like a brownie, right?
Yeah, it's like a brownie. But it's just delicious, Tamara. I don't really know how to explain. It's like a blondie, and then it's like a brownie, but just like with less chocolate. You ever like? I don't really like chocolate that much. I think I like it more because I like cook with it now, and I know how to like just put a little bit or make it my own. But before, I never really liked chocolate anything, and that may be one of the reasons why this recipe was like kind of stood out to me because I didn't really like chocolate a lot until I learned how to make like good chocolate cake. I didn't want any chocolate cake because it always, not always, but most of the time it just kind of seems dry when you do chocolate things. And so, yeah, I didn't really like chocolate, but now I know how to like tweak stuff. So,
Right.
yeah. So the Blondie has, like the basic things for brownies, of course. So like I use the vegan butter, flour, eggs, the cookie spread. I made it myself. So what I end up using for the cookie spread, I put some inside of the batter, and then when it was done, I put some on top, and I sprinkled crushed up cookies on top of it too. And
Yum.
and I put white chocolate in it. So for the cookie butter, it was actually super simple. I think it was only like 5 ingredients. I did a little bit of coconut milk,
Okay.
and you
And
actually
so,
crush the cookies,
yeah,
and
that
like make
was
them
like
crush them
super
like as if you
simple.
were making like a graham cracker crust. Get them to like that kind of consistency, and I
You
used a
make
little
that.
coconut milk.
And
I
so I
used
took a couple
some
pictures. So
butter,
these are all
some brown
the
sugar,
ingredients.
so brown sugar,
And some
cinnamon, and a little sprinkle of salt.
the cookies,
And so I made that.
and
It was super
some
simple.
vanilla,
Just
and then
crush
the
the
coconut
cookies
milk,
up,
and
and
then
then
some
add in the
butter.
rest of the
Okay,
ingredients
so tell
and
me
blend
this.
it.
What kind of cookies are they
Um,
again?
I seen
A couple of
they're
them that I saw.
biscoff cookies. I saw
Biscoffs.
I don't
people
know.
Okay.
using like a
Yeah.
food processor,
On the
but I
cookies
didn't
they
want to
say
pull mine out, so I just used
Lotus.
my NutriBullet.
And so I
Because
don't
it's
think
But
it's
it's
easy
the
like
to
worth
name
use,
brand of the cookie.
right.
I think
it's
it's the actual
already
name
right
brand of the
there,
cookie is
and
Biscoff.
it's so
And
small,
because it kind of looked like
small and easy,
there's something
to
like a
use.
windmill. Have you seen those windmill cookies that you
Yeah,
see in the store?
but these,
And
but windmill,
yeah.
these don't taste quite like that. A couple
Okay, I don't even
recipes.
know what they taste like, but they just kind of reminded me of that. But I think I know
Oh
exactly what they are. I know now. I know I can
yeah,
see it
a couple of things recommended ginger snaps in their place
now.
because they kind
Yeah,
of
I
have
was
like a
thinking.
little bit of like spice to
Mm-hmm.
them. I actually found some other recipes of people actually making um the biscoff too,
Oh,
and I was
cool.
like, this is new.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's when I blended them up in my NutriBullet.
Okay. I love those things. I love the NutriBullet.
Right? Super
So
simple.
convenient. Yes.
So I just crushed them up a little bit and
Okay.
then blended them in there
Yeah.
until they got like that sandy consistency.
Yeah. Which took probably what, 3 to 5 seconds?
Yeah, it didn't take that long at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so after that, let me do this. After that, I just added in all the other stuff.
Oh, okay. Right in the NutriBullet. Okay, that's really convenient. That's just because every time they say food processor, I don't have a food processor. And I think about buying a food processor, put it in the cart to buy or whatever, and I just never push complete the order. And then I forget again.
Yeah.
But I do have a NutriBullet.
Yeah, so I made it in there and it was super simple. You see how like easy it's going through now and it gets really creamy and gets
Yeah.
like, it only took like a minute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's me adjusting things, but
So tell me again, because I think I was talking at the time. Oh, wow. So what is all in there? Is all the ingredients in there or just a few ingredients?
so that's everything that's in there. So the butter, you can see the package of the cookies right there on the counter.
Okay.
Butter, vanilla extract,
Mm-hmm.
coconut milk, and
Vanilla.
brown sugar and cinnamon. And you
Mm-hmm.
just need like, it wasn't that much of it. And so it comes out really smooth. Like,
Yeah,
and if
looks
you
like
want
it.
it to be, yep, and if you want it to be like thinner, then you would just add more milk to it.
Uh-huh.
I would recommend you putting it in an airtight container because if you leave it out, it does like stiffen up.
Okay.
And don't put it in the microwave if you want it to be. If you would like to get it thinner, do not put it in the microwave.
Okay.
You can also use regular milk if you don't want it to be dairy free, regular milk,
Mhm.
or I think they recommended heavy cream
Oh, okay.
um, for the initial recipe.
That'll
But
add some richness to it.
yeah, but it tastes super good. It tastes just like
It
the
looks
cookies.
good. It looks like peanut butter, which I love.
Yeah.
I can't be a
It was,
Buckeye and hate peanut butter.
I the last pop-up that I went to, the first one when I did it, the lady, she was like, I had never made the Buckeyes before. And then the
Uh-huh.
next one I made them, and then she was like, you came here and you didn't bring any Buckeyes, and she was so mad at me. So these are all the ingredients, and this is how it turned out.
Oh, it looks like toffee. It looks like caramel or something like that. It
Yeah.
looks really good.
Let me tell you, it tastes super good. And you can buy it in a jar, or you can buy it like this. Like
Or you
when
can
you
make
buy it
it.
in a jar, it's not as like silky as right now.
But we know homemade is always better. Is this something, we have been toying with the idea of creating a actual cookbook of
Yeah,
all of our demos and things like this. And things like that. I would love for this to be a part of that cookbook at the end of the year that we can offer our audience. So
yeah.
please, I mean, I could just run my finger right up under that ribbon and get the
I'll make sure this part is added into the video.
okay. Oh, it
I was like,
looks so
man, it looks
good.
so good. It does.
Yes.
It does. I have fun playing with my food, apparently.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Really
So
delightful.
yes, these are all the ingredients for the blondies. Only thing I forgot to put eggs up there, but it calls for 2 eggs.
Okay. Those
So
large eggs.
yeah, I use whatever. I normally just buy large eggs.
I do too.
I was watching this thing. This one lady said she only used jumbo eggs. I was like,
Mhm.
I never heard of that before.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah.
She does. She has like a bakery, and she's
Uh-huh.
like, I only do jumbo eggs. And the reason I remember the video is because she kept getting double eggs, and she got like 6
Oh.
double eggs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is crazy.
That makes
Yeah,
sense, really.
right. 6 double eggs. So that's all ingredients minus the eggs. And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't take very long to like put it together. So there is the creaming. This is the creaming method that you do when you cream the butter and the sugar together.
Oh, okay.
See how soft this butter is? Not like regular
Mm.
butter, and it's like room temperature. And so it
Mm.
didn't take very long for it to be all mixed together.
Mm-hmm. And this is a KitchenAid mixer, I see. Is this a professional series or what series is, because there's different ones. I just want people to know, the
I, you
specifics.
know,
I mean, you don't
I
have to, if you don't know it right off, then we can, definitely, it's not a here or
I
there with
actually
it.
don't know. I got this KitchenAid as a wedding gift, like when I got
Mm.
married, and she was like a very nice woman. I call her
Okay.
Mama
Okay.
Beth. And she was like, no one should get married and not have a KitchenAid. And I
That's
actually didn't use the KitchenAid for like a year or two. And then I
okay.
went and got it. I went and got it out, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna use it. We're on to something here.
Uh-huh.
That's when I really start baking a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so getting it again all mixed up in there. And after you mix everything up, you're going to add the eggs. That should be coming up soon. Oh, don't
Mm.
forget to scrape down the bowl,
Okay.
because you don't want to get to like the end of everything and then
Mm-hmm.
have some like lumps of butter stuck in the bottom of the bowl. I hate when that happens, like a pocket of food that didn't get mixed
Yeah.
in. Like when you
Yeah.
got like cake, when you're doing cake
Mm-hmm.
and cookies and things like that. And scrape down the mixing paddle as well. get everything incorporated in there.
Mhm.
There's the eggs going in. And like I said, this recipe is actually like super simple, and
Okay.
it doesn't take that long for everything to come together.
Mm-hmm.
It takes way longer for it to bake and everything to come together
I
once you
see.
have all your ingredients like set up. So you want to just get that mixed in a little bit more. I don't feel like you can really overmix in this recipe. I know some recipes say like don't overmix the ingredients. Um, I don't really feel like I could have overmixed
Mm-hmm.
the ingredients in this. Um, but maybe that's just because I make it often that I don't feel like I can overmix the ingredients.
Well, you are a baker, and some things are just automatic to you. And
Yeah, I really have to realize that. You just want to get it incorporated. Let's say that. Let's just
okay.
get everything incorporated so that it's easy for the general
Mm-hmm.
consensus. Keep scraping down the bowl, get everything all in there.
And you said that someone requested this recipe from you. Are they having a special event, or it was just a special request because they had certain food allergies, or
Um,
was it for just just an everyday request?
I think they just seen it.
Hmm.
You know how you're going through and you're like, I don't know how to bake, but I know somebody that knows how to bake, and so I'm just gonna ask them to make it for me. So right there,
Exactly.
yeah, right then. Well, you were supposed. I was supposed to put the vanilla in when I put the eggs in, and I forgot to, so I just threw it in at the end.
Okay.
But before I put in the dry ingredients, I mixed the salt and the baking soda into it.
Sure.
That's what happened when I spun the camera. And here I
Okay.
remembered it. I just dumped it in.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure it won't hurt.
Yeah, it won't hurt anything. And so after this, I'm gonna put so what ended up happening with the biscoff, that the cookie butter that I created, I ended
Okay.
up doing half a recipe. And so I end up putting half a cup of the biscoff cookie spread into the batter.
Oh,
So
did you fold that in, or did you use the paddle that you have, your mixer on your mixer?
I just used the paddle on the mixer.
Oh, wow.
And I just eyeballed it. It's like a half a cup.
Uh-huh.
Still flowy, but make sure
Um,
you put it in an airtight container. I had
okay.
just made it, and so that's why it was still flowy. And that's
Mhm.
also why I know not to put it in the microwave and to just add more milk.
Okay.
you know,
Keep that
let you
consistency.
guys in on a little insight.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was like a half a cup. And then you just fold it in.
And I noticed that this is a special attachment, because most of them, if you just get them out the store for the KitchenAid, this attachment has a rubber spatula on it. I don't know what it's actually called, but that helps in the incorporation of the ingredients, that spatula part. And I know that's either, I don't know if it actually comes with the KitchenAid or not. Someone can look that up on Google or what have you, but I know that that's a different attachment, and that might
I
help
actually,
also.
yep, I actually bought it a while after I actually started using the KitchenAid, and it helps to scrape down the bowl while it's
Hmm.
incorporating.
Hmm. So you don't
Yeah,
have as many pockets as you just mentioned before, that you have to go back through and make sure it's incorporated and things like that. It gets the sides, and it looks like it
yeah,
gets down further at the center of the bowl.
Mhm. And it seems to be like a gap when you're doing like if you're making like meringues, it's like a gap if you don't do like a super big recipe
Mm-hmm.
um between like the egg whites. And I like this because like you said, it gets down in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I took about 10 cookies and I just crushed them up and I put them in there inside of the batter too.
Mm-hmm.
And normally when I do, like when I add pretzels to the other one, I just turn it on and let the mixer kind of break up the pretzels. So it's still like pretty big chunks,
Mm-hmm.
but like not super big. I think I just did like 15 to 20 seconds. And then I dumped in the white chocolate chips.
Okay.
And so with blondies, they take longer than brownies. So don't be like nervous once you get to putting them in the oven. They take a while to cook,
Okay.
but they're delicious. Okay.
It
See
looks
how
like it.
like I was saying, the batter, the batter is tan
Okay.
instead of um like regular brownies. And it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of thick. And that's normal too. So don't be alarmed. And so I
Okay.
use this I don't really know what size this pan is, but I put parchment in the bottom and then I sprayed the sides with some pan spray so I can
Okay.
see my parchment paper moving there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I sprayed the sides and I think it's like a 6x9,
Oh,
if
okay.
I'm not mistaken, for this pan. But I'll make sure I double check so I can give the right time. And I baked it at 350 degrees and it took about I think it was like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But you're gonna see like that's longer than normal brownies.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
they
say it's a little bit longer.
yeah,
I remember.
they turn out golden and gooey and not burnt.
Mhm.
But if you know like your oven has some like runs hot or like something like that, then you
Mhm.
just check it before the 55 minutes. I also have a fan in my oven,
Okay.
like convection. So it helps like spread the heat. And so I just put it on the middle rack in there. And
Oh
when
no.
you do it with the convection, normally it takes a little bit longer, I've
Okay.
noticed, than if I do stuff with just regular bake
Mm-hmm.
from there. So that's me getting everything in the pan.
Okay.
And here it is. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it took about like 55 minutes.
Okay.
And you'll see I did like I tried to do like a time lapse
Mm-hmm.
and I think it worked, but I'm not
Okay.
sure. We'll have to just oh, there is a little bit of movement. Rising up. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
I was
is.
yeah. So that was the first one. And then
Mhm.
you see how high it gets and how much it
Yes,
fills
it
up the pan.
does.
So they're filled to the brim.
Yeah.
And then
Looks good. Looks like a brownie.
yeah. Yeah. So it took like 55 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see it. Ooh, it's really rising.
And that's them when they came out.
Ooh, nice.
It did like sink down a little bit. Um, and that's normally what happens to mine.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
so don't be alarmed.
Mhm.
If you want to bake it more, then you can. As you can see, it did 55 minutes and there's no way, shape, or form burnt in any
No,
way.
no.
And so I let it cool, I think for like 30 minutes.
It would take a little bit of time for that, to cool. It looks kind of like it's not
Uh-oh.
as normal flat, as far, I don't want to say, my mother hates it when people say, So I'm always conscious of that.
Yeah,
But I think that you will require at least 30 minutes to cool down.
yeah, at least. So I end up making some more biscoff for the top
Okay.
once I realized that I couldn't warm it back up. But for the topping, I just added a little bit more milk because I wanted it to be more more spreadable.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah. So I put it all on there and make sure I spread it out.
Mm-hmm.
Get it all around
It looks
every
delish.
piece equally. I try to do the shots that make you really want to eat the food.
Oh my goodness. I mean, my mouth is watering. For real, for real. Mouth is watering.
Yeah, so you do that, you spread it. I spread it all around. Then I sprinkled some more crushed up cookies on
Mm-hmm.
top.
Mm.
Then I did the part with me cutting it.
Okay. It looks like everything.
And it's super soft. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when you have like a brownie, you have like the crust around the edges,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's super soft in the middle, as you can see
Mm-hmm.
when I'm like cutting it.
Absolutely.
I always like the edges of the brownie. Do you
Oh,
like the
okay.
edges or do you like
I
the
like the center
center?
cut. I like the center cut, but let me tell you this, I will take either or. I don't have a problem with either piece.
Yeah, I like the edges, and I
Mhm.
I guess I would eat any part of it,
Yeah. If it's a
especially
brownie, I
blondies.
can just say yes. Yes, I want a piece.
And that
Okay.
I think
It
I
looks
pick a piece up
good.
at the end so you can see it, like the inside,
Okay. Oh yeah, I would like to see the inside. It
like
looks
up close.
good. Now, do you have to is the topping, is it more like a consistency of kind of like a fudge topping or a runny topping like a caramel? It looks good.
It's
That
kind of
looks
like
really
fudgy, and like
okay.
I said, the longer that you like leave it out, the the more that it'll like stiffen up a little bit.
Yeah, set up.
Yeah.
It looks really good. A treat to take to a cookout or, you know, a fun time with the family and friends. If
I
someone stops
definitely have
by.
to I definitely have to share because I have like a whole pan now. And I
Oh, okay.
made a little pan. So I
Oh,
wouldn't eat it all. But yeah, it's just like a brownie. But it
I'm
but it's
sold. I love it. It looks really
it's
good. I'm
soft.
sold.
Thank you. I don't know what happened with the
Wow, wow,
rest.
wow.
And so this is me trying to take photography like photos.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like those. That tells a story.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah. So that is the demo for this week.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. I love it. And you can even make
You're
the
welcome.
biscoff spread. You can put that on what? As aside from the brownie.
Whatever you
You
want to
can
put it on.
or apples or
Yeah, any apples, pears. You can get the cookies and you can just dip the cookies in it because
hmm
they actually have because I bought one before where they have like a little bit of cookie spread on the end, and
oh,
then they have the what's it called, the actual cookies that you can dip it. It's kind of like the ones with the cheese.
yes.
I'm trying to get back to the ones with the cheese that you can do.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the cheese and crackers, and you dip it, and they used to give you that little red knife
That
to
little
spread the
spreadable
cheese with.
thing. Yeah.
It's so tiny. I guess it's for kids, so their little kid hands is like perfectly applicable
You just eat
for
off
that,
of it.
right? Good times, good times. I don't think they even include that in the little cheese crackers anymore. I wonder. I don't normally buy that cheese and crackers for my kids, but I remember having it when I was little.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure they have like bougie appetites. They like fruit though.
Yeah, they have the ones with the nuts and the meat and the cheese
Yeah,
now. So they've graduated.
the cranberries, the
Yes,
cranberries
get with
and
it. Cranberries,
smoked
yeah.
turkey.
And smoked turkey and some Gouda cheese and little nips
No,
of dark chocolate. Okay.
Gouda cheese is my favorite cheese actually.
Oh,
Like
okay.
smoked Gouda cheese. Mm,
You know what?
it's
I could
good.
see that biscoff your brownies on or something with the biscoff cream or sauce or
Like
butter.
a
I can
charcuterie
see that
board.
on a charcuterie board. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, we said the exact same. That would be so good. Mm. You know what I thought about doing? I was like, I should like garnish this with some fresh strawberries. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and do
Or
that.
raspberries?
Mm. Yes. Be like a good contrast between all the brown and the reds. Maybe I'll do that.
Sounds nice. And hopefully that our listening audience will take up the mantle and share their pictures with us of the demo if they want to do the exact same thing and make a brownie, a blondie, excuse me, a Biscoff blondie.
One.
And hopefully they will share those pictures with us and we'll be able to share them with our social media audience. So I think that would be really fun.
That would be cool. I think they taste really good. I know it's a really popular thing, and it doesn't take very long to make those blondies at all. I think like looking at the video, I think I mixed everything in like 6 minutes. And
Oh,
that's with
okay,
like
that was really
scraping down.
quick.
Yeah,
That
like
was really
scraping
quick
down
in
the
a
mix twice. Yeah.
and it
Like
seems
I
like
said,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you can go.
It seems like the wait time for it to bake and cool is the most time that you would put in for this actual blondie. So
Right.
the ingredients part was really simple and easy.
Yep. True, true, true. This is true. So it didn't takes much longer for it to cool and to bake than it does to actually mix everything, and that's with
So,
both the butter and the batter. So
mhm. So children and hubby approved.
they didn't taste it yet, but I will definitely make a video of the taste testers for the stories. I'll make a video of the taste testers.
Excellent. Well, I am so excited and can't wait to try my own recipe for the blondie. I think I'll try. I'm not a baker, but I think I'll do okay. And we'll
Yeah,
try it, and hopefully I can share my pictures with you of my success or fail.
It'll be a
So
success,
glad.
Pamela. Success.
Huh?
It'll be a success.
Okay. All right. Since you said so, I think I can do it. Well, this definitely concludes another episode of Tamala and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, where we had the wonderful blondies demonstrated by our co-host Taylor. And again, if you would like to be on our show, please send us an email at where, Taylor?
Tamala Taylor Treat Talk at gmail.com.
There. Or you can DM us at Tamala Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear your feedback and where we are able to connect with our audience even more. So I am Tamala with Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. And
I am Taylor with Sweet.Spirit.Treats.
excellent. And we look forward to talking with you once again on Tuesday of next week.
Have a
Be
good
blessed.
week. Be
Peace out,
blessed.
homie.
Bye.
Bye.